per hour. The Illinois Department of Transportation is reporting snow and ice-covered roads for the county, and it doesn't look like the weather is going to warm up anytime soon.
With more on these wintry conditions, we turn to News 3's Nicholas Stewart, and he has a look at the days ahead in his first forecast. Nick?
If you take a look outside, you can see the snow pile that has definitely piled up. Look at the courthouse square this afternoon. You can see the snow piles drilled up all around the courthouse square. Temperatures are in the 20s at this hour. As we're going ahead through time, we're going to see, this thing's not skipping, but snowfall across our area. Well, at this point, I'd probably walk over there. But snowfall reports in our area: Macomb at 5.5, Keokuk at 7 inches of snow. Heavy snow fell between Macomb and Keokuk. A broader look shows the big swath the storm system brought of snow across far eastern Iowa into western Illinois. But pretty much the system died out. Heavy snow fell right just to the west of Macomb yesterday, but behind the snow becomes a really cold temperatures. Wind chill advisories are now in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for wind chills in the range of -25 below zero. So we'll have a full look at your forecast. Spring might be in sight in the 5-day forecast. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Nick. We'll talk to you in a bit. The story of a missing dog from Ferris, Illinois has gone viral in the surrounding communities. With hundreds of shares on social media, it's no surprise that people have become quite invested in the search for Cooper. News 3's Animale Zuniga has more on this story.
Cooper has been missing for over a month now, yet the search for this dog still remains strong. People in the community have devoted their time in order to reunite Cooper with his loving owner.
That dog means the world to me.
With pictures of Cooper displayed around the house, it's easy to tell that to Wyatt Young, a dog really is a man.
We lost one of its professors on Saturday. Law enforcement professor Dennis Bliss passed away in his home late Saturday afternoon. Bliss taught full-time from 1976 to 2007. He then retired but chose to continue teaching part-time. Services for Bliss will be held tonight at 6 p.m. at Dodsworth Piper Wallen in Macomb. The funeral will be held on Friday at Lakeside Cemetery at 11 a.m. in Pekin, Illinois.
Sidewalks at WIU will soon become more user-friendly. The Student Government Association passed a bill to paint the lanes on the sidewalks going through the lawn between Hanson Stadium and the Mall Pass Library. The bike lane will take up almost half the width of the pavement. However, the adjustment is not expected to inconvenience any pedestrians. People will still be allowed to walk the entire width of the path. The lane will simply give cyclists a space to ride to... Okay, that's got to stop coming up.
Yeah, I know, it's popping up.
On the prompter, this thing keeps...
That's fine, when we get to the show.
Okay, the painting is expected to take place over spring break. That's what I was saying. There's something that keeps popping up. Shanae, does it look okay?
I can still hear everybody chattering on the IFB. Why is it? Yeah.
What are you hearing, John?
I can hear Colleen and whoever she's talking to.
Yeah, she's on audio.
It's not going to do that during the show. It's telling us the preview prompter line. It's just warning us we're not in audio.
Okay. The lane will simply give No. We still have like 6 more minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
The lane will simply give cyclists a space to ride should they come through. The painting is expected to take place over spring break. The Leatherneck softball team faces some scheduling changes at a tournament this weekend after encountering massive traffic delays. The team was headed to Orlando, Florida for a tournament when multiple accidents brought traffic to a standstill for nearly 6 hours. They were scheduled to play Columbia at 7:45 tonight, but instead will play them tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 p.m. The rest of the games will continue as scheduled.
And the snow isn't stopping one club from performing their outdoor activities. The Horn Environmental Learning Project is having their Freeze Fest outdoor skills seminar this Saturday from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. There will be opportunities to learn how to build fires and shelters in the cold. To end the day, there will be stories and hot chocolate to warm you back up. The event will be held at Hornfield campus. Contact them for more information. And the 43rd annual bull sale date has been announced. The WIU School of Agriculture will host the sale on Friday, March 13th. The School of Ag says 50 bulls are for sale this year, and the breeds include Angus, Simmental, Sim Angus, and Red Angus. Extensive production information is available on every bull in the offering. The WIU Livestock Center is located 1 mile west of US Route 67 on Tower Road in Macomb.
WIU authorities have begun cracking down on students illegally downloading music. Individuals who commit this crime will be receiving warnings on their computers about their recent activities. News 3 Mark Gorski explains more about the actions WIU plans to take.
That should be new.
100 known illegal downloads this semester. And each week, News 3 wants to bring you an animal in need closer to a home. This week's Pet of the Week is Audrey. Audrey is a 5-month-old Dachshund Lab mix. She is great with other dogs, up to date on all. What did I say? Dachshund? Dachshund? Oh. That's because we put Dachshund in there, and I read Dachshund.
There is a... Where are you going on the prompter? Where are you going on the prompter?
It's just mad at you. That's the problem. What did I? Did it not?
The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, Western Illinois University's very own has achieved something no other Summit League athlete has. Also, the owner of a 9-year-old missing lab expresses his emotion to NEWS3. And Nicholas Stewart will be in the Weather Center as sub-zero temperatures are headed this way. All that and more now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
With March just days away, it sure doesn't look or feel like spring. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Emily Manley.
And I'm Johnny Cather. Many local school districts canceled classes this morning after 6 inches of snow fell on parts of McDonough County. Snow and icy patches have created a messy commute on area roads. Drifting snow is also a concern as we see gusts over 15 miles per hour. The Illinois Department of Transportation is reporting snow and ice-covered roads for the county, and it doesn't look like the weather is going to warm up anytime soon.
With more on these wintry conditions, we turn to News 3's Nicholas Stewart, who has a look at the days ahead in his first forecast. Nick?
Yeah, the snow forecast definitely verified overnight. As you mentioned, we picked about half a foot of snow. Taking a look outside right now, you can see that snow over the courthouse square. Temperatures are on the way down. We're down to 12 degrees at this hour. Again, those gusty northwest winds blowing at 16 miles per hour, bringing the wind chill down, also causing that blowing snow. Look at some of the snow reports from the major reporting stations. Again, Macomb at 5.5 inches. Burlington picked up 6 with Keokuk at 7 inches. The major snow fell between Keokuk and Macomb. If you take a broader look, you can see where the bigger snow fell. Those brighter blues are your heavier snow totals. System tracked across eastern Iowa, basically ended in west central Illinois. That's where the storm system ended up dying. And behind the snow, the cold is on its way. Taking a look at the current National Weather Service alerts, wind chill advisories are in effect tonight into tomorrow morning. This is wind chills below zero, upwards of 25 to 30 degrees below zero. So spring might be in the forecast. We have some temperatures picking up towards the end of the break, or at the end of the 5-day forecast. We'll take a full look, and of course there is another chance for snow as well. So back to you guys.
Thanks, Nick. We'll talk to you in a bit. The story of a missing dog from Ferris, Illinois has gone viral in the surrounding community. With hundreds of shares on social media, it's no surprise that people have become quite invested in the search for Cooper. News 3's Anna-Malay Zuniga has more on this story.
Cooper has been missing for over a month now, yet the search for this dog still remains strong. People in the community have devoted their time in order to reunite Cooper with his loving owner.
That dog means the world to me.
With pictures of Cooper displayed around the house, it's easy to tell that to Wyatt Young, a dog really is a man's best friend.
He's been every bit a part of the family for 9.5 years.
Wyatt typically let Cooper out in the evening. Cooper's black wireless containment fence collar usually kept him near. This time was different.
Unfortunately, that evening, I did know that the battery had went dead, but he was kind of to the age that I didn't really expect him to take off like this.
What makes this missing dog story stand out among the rest is the lengths his owner is willing to go in order to get him back.
I can't even really put a price on, what he means to me.
From flyers to business cards to Cooper's own Facebook page, Wyatt has gone to great measures for Cooper's safe return. The reward Wyatt is offering is more than most would give. He is offering $2,500 to have Cooper returned home.
If they don't want the money, that's great, much appreciated. If they, I donate it to local shelters or humane societies.
Even though the reward is what might have gotten the attention of many, it's the love and the tale that has captured people's hearts.
Honestly, it's the hundreds of stories that get shared with me on a daily basis that, very much keeps hope alive.
When discussing the disappearance of his good friend, Young was simply too overcome with emotion.
At the end of the day, I just want him back.
If you want to help Wyatt and his search for Cooper, you can go to the Facebook page, Bring Cooper Home.
Western Illinois University lost one of its professors on Saturday. Law enforcement professor Dennis Bliss passed away in his home late Saturday afternoon. Bliss taught full-time from 1976 to 2007. He then retired but chose to continue teaching part-time. Services for Bliss will be held tonight at 6 p.m. at Dodsworth Piper Wallen in Macomb. The funeral will be held on Friday at the Lakeside Cemetery at 11 a.m. in Pekin, Illinois.
Sidewalks at WIU will still become more user-friendly. The Student Government Association passed a bill to paint the lanes on the sidewalks going through the lawn between Hanson Stadium and Malpass Library. The bike lane will take up almost half the width of the pavement. However, the adjustment is not expected to inconvenience pedestrians. People will still be allowed to walk the entire width of the path. The lane will simply give cyclists a space to ride that they should come through. The painting is expecting to take place over spring break. The Leatherneck softball team faces some scheduling changes at a tournament this weekend after encountering massive traffic delays. The team was headed to Orlando, Florida for a tournament when multiple accidents brought traffic to a standstill for nearly 6 hours. They were scheduled to play Columbia at 7:45 tonight, but instead will play them tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. The rest of the games will continue as scheduled.
And the snow isn't stopping one club from their outdoor activities. The Horn Environmental Learning Project is having their Freeze Fest Outdoor Skills Seminar this Saturday from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. There will be opportunities to learn how to build fires and shelters in the cold. To end the day, there will be stories and hot chocolate to warm you back up. The event will be held at Hornfield campus, and you can contact them for more information. And the 43rd annual bull sale date has been announced. The WIU School of Agriculture will host the sale on Friday, March 13th. The School of Ag says 50 bulls are for sale this year, and the breeds include Angus, Simmental, Sim Angus, and Red Angus. Extensive production information is available on every bull in the offering. The WIU Livestock Center is located 1 mile west of US Route 67 on Tower Road in Macomb.
WIU authorities have begun cracking down on students illegally downloading music. Individuals who commit this crime will receive warnings on their computers about their recent activities. News 3's Mark Gorski explains more about the action WIU plans to take.
Buying music is much simpler than ever before. Just a click away and the song is yours through downloading on sites such as iTunes and Amazon.
Probably say 500, 600 songs probably.
I'd say roughly about 1,000, more or less, right around there.
Others avoid such sites and choose to download their music illegally, and college students are among the biggest offenders.
We were also notified about a year ago by HBO that we were the top 20 universities across the United States for copyright infringements from HBO material.
At WIU, the fall semester saw more than 1,000 copyright infringement notices, which caused the school to take action.
Users caught downloading peer-to-peer content or copyrighted material on a peer-to-peer network, he's going to be put into quarantine and block his internet access for 2 hours.
It's a warning message that pops up that UTech put into place. Once you download something, it pops up and it says warning, the content is not allowed, and you actually can't do anything until the lab assistant comes over there and helps you.
Courts have recently shut down websites, such as LimeWire, for allowing users to trade copyrighted music without paying for it.
There are easy ways to stay out of trouble. It's cheap to buy the songs, or you could just stream it.
I just go on YouTube, type it in, or on Pandora and just type in the artist I like.
For further information, go to WIU's Copyrighted Material Policy page under University Technology. For News 3, I'm Mark Gorski.
Currently, there are 500 known illegal downloads this semester. Each week, News 3 wants to bring you closer to an animal in need of a home. This week's Pet of the Week is Audrey. Audrey is a 5-month-old Dachshund Lab mix. She is great with other dogs, up to date on all her shots, and ready for a home. If you would like to adopt this adorable girl, contact the Epitome Dog Rescue Organization by the number on your screen.
And coming up in 2 minutes, a test that WIU staff and faculty are taking online is helping keep the campus community safe. More on that story.
And a school bus rolls over with students inside. What caused the crash? Ahead.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I think News 3 is great. It's all one common goal. Everybody's trying to be #1. Last year we were #1 in the nation. We beat out Florida and Oklahoma. I get to work with so many professionals. It's a really great experience, and they're always there to help, and it's just all around fun. Jasmine Crichton really does make it a real life experience that most schools maybe not, they don't offer that.
When the big stories strike, count on award winners to provide you intimate and in-depth coverage. On the air and online, local news, fresh perspective. Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision. Award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4. Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Take a track and go. Stand by 3 for the push in. You're watching Emily Manley, Johnny Cather, Storm Team 3's forecast with Nicholas Stewart, and sports with Jeff Marta. Live at 4 continues.
Each year, WIU faculty members and staff are asked to take an online Title IX test. Title IX ensures that the community is aware of their rights against sex discrimination, sexual harassment, and violence.
News 3's Desire Stewart tells us how the Title IX brings awareness to the campus.
Students who feel like they or someone else are experiencing discrimination, sexual harassment, or violence have a place to go on campus so that their safety needs and rights are met by Title IX. Program Assistant Karen Trusley talks about the rights that the campus community holds under the Title IX law.
Pursuant to Title IX, all members of the campus community have a right to, an investigation, should an investigation be asked for. Certainly, they're, have rights to be aware of the proceedings and any of the outcomes they are communicated with as far as what those outcomes are with our investigations.
If anyone has concerns about their self or someone else, they are advised to come to Sherman Hall, room 203 for the Equal Opportunity and Access Office. Ms. Trusley then explains that students can go to the WIU Online Equal Opportunity and Access webpage to file a complaint if needed.
If they'd like to file a sexual misconduct complaint, or it's actually the investigation form, they can actually fill that out online. Once they submit it, it actually.
For more information, go to the WIU website and search EOA.
11 Geneseo students and their bus driver are recovering from a rollover crash after their bus hit an icy spot. The incident occurred just after 8:30 this morning. Officials say the students were traveling to a science and technology conference when the bus hit an icy spot, causing it to roll. Most of the reported injuries involved cuts, bumps, and bruises. Police say the bus driver was cited for driving too fast in icy conditions. The FCC has passed a historic measure to more strictly regulate the internet. The new rules, known as net neutrality, work to provide equal opportunity for internet speeds and access to websites. The central question was whether network owners like Comcast or Time Warner Cable can discriminate what runs on their cables. The FCC answer was no. The Democratic-led commission approved 3-2 split along party lines to assert extra government authority over the internet. The FCC rules won't be official until maybe summertime. Then major telecom companies will likely challenge the new rules in court. News 3 Nicholas Stewart will be in the studio after the break.
Find out what kind of weather you should expect for your weekend.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Thine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
every day across America. Excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed our world.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Cold afternoon in Macomb right now. Taking a live look outside, you can see the snow piles that are building up as the snow is being removed from yesterday's storm. We're on the colder side of things, 12 degrees right now in Macomb. The humidity though, 70% thanks to that snowfall. But look at the wind blowing out of the northwest at 60 miles per hour. That's what's transporting that very cold air into our area. That's also going to bring in or I should say lessen the wind chill values. We've been looking at digits very cold, well below zero. Current satellite radar composite, you can see all this new snow cover across far eastern Iowa to western Illinois. All the snow cover, most of the clouds are clearing out behind the Clipper system. You can see a little bit of the lake effect system dealing with Chicago right now. They're dealing with upwards of 6 to 8 inches of additional snowfall there. But none of that for us. We're looking at mostly clear conditions for the next few days. No snow in the immediate forecast, but cold temperatures. Davenport at 14, Des Moines at only 10 degrees. See these bright pinks up here. This is that very cold air that's slowly moving into our region. That's going to bottom out our temperatures over the next few days. For today, again, we had that low pressure center sitting off to our south. That's what brought our snow yesterday, but notice this high pressure that's building off to our northwest. We've been dealing with this all winter, folks. As soon as the high pressure builds in, you know it's going to get very cold, and it's going to bring in that very cold Canadian air into our region. For tomorrow, it sets up just to our west. Again, you got the clockwise flow around the high pressure center, bringing in that very cold air from Canada. That snowfall that we just got is also going to help intensify the cold air, make it even feel just a little bit colder still. Again, we mentioned we are under a wind chill advisory. All these blue shaded counties here, these are the counties that are underneath that wind chill advisory. Goes into effect this morning at 3 in the morning, or I should say tomorrow morning at 3 in the morning, expires at 9 a.m., but I imagine that probably might be lengthened in time as well. We're looking at wind chill values -20 to -30 degrees below zero, so it's going to be very cold out there. If you have to be outside, make sure to bundle up. For Friday, we have a warm front that starts setting up to our south. This is what's going to set the stage for our next weather system, but again, we're going to be dealing with that very cold air sitting over place. Now, we mentioned that warm front is going to be our next weather system. As it slowly starts drifting up north, that's going to become basically the temperature line there. South of that, you're going to be dealing with mainly rain. North of that, we're going to be dealing with snowfall. Right now, we're thinking that we're probably going to be in the snowfall of this system. But again, these green arrows, a lot of that moisture is going to come overrunning that warm front. That's going to be the lift as the warm front, and then the moisture as well is going to create that snowfall. But for tonight, we're going to drop down to -9 degrees. That's the actual temperature. Wind chill is about -25 degrees below zero. It'll be very cold again. If you have to be outside, make sure you bundle up, or basically frostbite could set in very quickly. Tomorrow we'll warm up to basically where we are right now, mostly clear conditions, about 12 degrees. You'll be dealing with a north wind about 5 miles per hour. Look at the 5-day forecast. Temperatures are on a rebound before our next weather system moves in on Sunday. We're going to bring in the next chance of snow, as we mentioned just a couple of seconds ago. Mainly about 2 to 3 inches of snow is kind of what we're expecting. Nothing major at this time. But look at on Tuesday. 4 degrees or 40 degrees. So nice spring temperatures might be finally moving into the beginning of March.
I really hope
Thanks,
you're right
Nick.
about that.
Yes.
And let's hear about this wonderful WIU award.
Yeah, go for it,
Thanks.
Jeff.
Well, coming up in sports, Macomb High had a convincing win last night in their postseason debut, but who will they play in the regional final? I've got a preview coming up next. And the Western Illinois men's basketball team has its eyes set on the 2015 Summit League tournament just a week from tomorrow. Also, Ashley Luke continues to leave her mark on Western Illinois women's basketball history. Find out which prestigious honor Luke received just after the break.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic.
That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids.
We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone.
And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education.
HSF.net.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. The accolades continue to pile up for junior forward Ashley Luke. Earlier today, the College Sports Information Directors of America named Luke the Capital One Academic All-America of the Year for Division I women's basketball. The directors chose Ashley Luke as one of just 5 women's basketball Division I players to earn first-team Academic All-America honors. This is the first time an athlete has received the award not only in Western Illinois history, but Summit League history as well. When asked 1 through 10 how surprised she was, her answer was pretty priceless.
You got the news.
15, because I had absolutely no idea that that this award was even a possibility for me. I mean, last year I wasn't on first team, and that was kind of my goal this year. Okay, maybe I'll get first team, but to be the academic All-American Player of the Year, it's just crazy to me. I can't believe that's real, and I feel so honored.
After a buzzer-beating win last night, the Macomb High boys basketball team didn't skip a beat last night when they knocked off kicked off postseason play against Beardstown. The Bombers cruised to a 63-42 win. The Black and Orange were led by Damone Doyle's game-high 27 points. On the other end of the bracket, the regional top seed Illini West was upsetted by West Hancock, meaning the regional title game tomorrow night will pit Macomb High against the Titans, a team MHS beat twice in the regular season, both by double digits. That game tips off at 7 p.m. Friday in Warsaw. And with March just around 3 days away, that could only mean one thing. And it's not the warm temperatures are coming, it's the madness of postseason college basketball. News 3's Drew Hoffman caught up with the Western Illinois men's basketball team earlier this week to get its thoughts heading into the Summit League tournament.
As the Western Illinois men's basketball season begins to wind down, key players for the team are beginning to realize how big of an impact late-season games will have on their season as the Summit League tournament rolls around.
We have to play for seeding because, I mean, at the end of the day, if we say we get a lower seed, we have to play South Dakota State the first game, and that's like a home game for them, basically. And I mean, we're playing for that, and we just want to have some momentum going into the tournament.
The Leathernecks have lost to the top 2 teams in the Summit League by a total of 4 points inside of Western Hall this season. Despite those losses, the team is still very confident in their ability.
It stays the same. I mean, we just try not to let the fans get to us, try to just focus on us and worry about what we have to do to execute. And, I mean, basically just continue to work hard and, listen to the coaches and just stick to the plan.
Coach Billy Wright will have 28 games under his belt as the head coach at WIU when the Summit League tournament begins. And after a roller coaster of a season, Wright says he does not want the identity of the team to change despite the adversity the program has faced.
It's still defensive minded. We definitely understand that defense wins championships, and right now we just have to do it with 4 guards a little bit more than we have, because the one thing I'm cautious against is getting that first foul on Chapman or Mo so quickly. If you get that first foul within the first minute or 2, then you're really looking at a 4-guard lineup for 35 minutes.
Reporting for News 3, I'm Drew Hoffman.
Thanks for that, Drew. The men's team will take on IUPUI tonight and IPFW Saturday before heading to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the Summit League tournament. If the season ended today, the Leathernecks would end up with the 8th seed in the tournament and suit up against the number 1 seed South Dakota State Jackrabbits. The tournament kicks off a week from Saturday on March 7th. So cold air outside, basketball's heating up in the gyms all around the country.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Appreciate it. And do you want Girl Scout cookies all year round?
We can tell you which organization teamed up to make this possible after the break. You don't want to miss this.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. HSF.net.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
All right, get this. Finally this afternoon, there's a way to get your Girl Scout cookie fix year-round. The organization has teamed up with Wicked Cool Toys to create the first ever Girl Scouts cookie oven. It features mixes inspired by some of the most popular cookies like Thin Mints and Trefoils.
The oven has a viewing window and a warming station to heat and melt the icing. The oven will cost about $59 and the cookie mix refill packets are about $6.99. Sounds really good.
That sounds delicious. Thin Mints. Absolutely. All right, thank you so much for watching News 3 Live at 4. For Jeff Marta, I'm Johnny Cathy.
And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Emily Manley. We'll stay on top of your news over the evening and bring you the latest updates on our Facebook page. Find us at News 3 WIU.
Have a great evening.